I am clearly in desperate need of a haircut. Hi, I am back. Still nervous, a little less, but still. Over the last couple of months, I have been accumulating some books, and since I'm once again making content here, BookTube staple is a book haul. So I decided, why not? I'm going to be sharing the books that I got that I will hopefully be reading in the next couple of months, because I don't want to be adding to the permanent TBR, which is, I feel like it's just in general big here on BookTube. There's a lot that I want to read and not enough time. So I will hopefully get to these. Some of them are priorities because they look very good. One of them I'm currently reading. One of them I might actually DNF, and I will need your opinion on that one. So depending on what you tell me, I will continue reading or not. But let's just start with a book haul. The first one is the one that I'm currently reading and enjoying, I think. I'm not too sure. About 60 pages in, it's Bunny. It has a really bright cover, and that is honestly what caught my attention in the bookstore. I saw it at the end and I thought, what is that? Oh, I need to know what that is. And then I started reading. I saw that Margaret Atwood gave it a blurb. Oh, Bunny, you're so genius. And then I thought, this is interesting. Margaret Atwood. I like her. She's a genius. Fantastic writer, love her books. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. And it is about a girl who is at a uni, and then in this uni there's also a group of girls who are the bunnies, or they call each other Bunny constantly in every sentence. Bunny, I love you. Bunny, I missed you. It's weird. It's definitely weird. And this character, you see her be a little bit fascinated by them, and at the same time being like weirded out, rightfully so. If I hear a group of women just call each other Bunny all the time, I would be intrigued but also a little bit concerned. I don't know. But one day our main character gets a note, an invitation to hang out with the bunnies, and that's as much as the back tells you, and that is as far as I've read. As soon as I'm done with this book haul, I will continue reading because I am intrigued to see where this goes. I will do a book review as we do here on BookTube because I am back. Every day I'm more and more happy with the decision of being back. It's just making me very happy. Let's continue with the book haul. The next one that I got is Atlas 6. This one, it says here, knowledge is carnage. Intriguing. I have seen this book be a little bit polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've seen a lot of people on Book Talk actually rave about it and be really, really into this. And I thought, let's give it a go because it is about a secret society in a uni. I love the university setting, especially when there's magic, when there's a fantasy element to it, and then you add a secret society, and I am into it. It's about this competition to join a secret society. That's definitely up my alley. Very excited. And I feel like September is gonna be a really good month to read it. Like the back to school season starts and everything. That might be a really good time to read that one. Yes. The next one that I got is a BookTube favorite, actually. I've seen a lot of people rave about it. Not talk about it, rave. Absolutely love it. And it is The Rage of Dragons. I've heard fantastic things about this. It's about an ongoing war, and then you have a hero. It says here they become the people's only hope for survival. So it doesn't say much on the back, but basing it on the people that I've heard talk about this, I trust them because the other recommendations that they have given are very, very good, and I've always enjoyed those books. So this is extremely promising, and there is a second part already out. So if this is good, I will definitely be picking up the second one soonish. This is on the priority list. The next one that I got is actually a standalone fantasy, which is very difficult to find, and it is The Sword of Keegan. I heard Raven from Prue's Project rave about this. She loved it. And again, she's one of those people that I feel like we have similar taste in books. So when I heard her talk so highly about this, I thought, I'm gonna give it a try. It is quite big. The font's quite small, but I am excited to just be able to have that fantasy fix on one book and not having to add to the many series that I have started and not finished, which are a fair few. I have this problem of reading most of the books in a series except for the last one and then just leaving that. I need to remedy that, and maybe I can do a series of finishing the series that I have started and not finished. Finishing series. No, I'm not gonna try and find a name right now, but you know what I mean. I need to do that. If you have any recommendations of other standalone fantasies. I would love them. I'm one of those people that likes going into books fairly blind, and for what I know about this, it's about defending a land from other people, and there's magic involved, and I'm assuming a war that's brewing, something like that. I don't know. I'm excited. I trust Regan's recommendations, so this is, yeah, exciting. The next one, you know how I mentioned that I tend to not finish series, and that I read the first and the second one, and I do buy the third one, but then I have trouble finishing. This is the third book in a series. It is The Stone Sky. It's the third book in the Broken Earth series. The first one is the 5th season, and the second one is The Obelisk Gate. Absolutely loved the first two. I read them a couple of years ago. Genuinely some of the best books I have ever read. So I saw this at the bookstore and I thought, yes, I definitely need to get to this. I do know that I need to reread the first and the second one. Maybe I can do a little video on all of them. I don't know if while reading it, a reading vlog, I don't know if that's something that you're interested in, let me know, or just a review on the whole series. This was definitely something that I was going to eventually buy. I knew that because I love the first and the second one so much. Speaking of N.K. Jemisin, she has another book series, and this is the first one, The City We Became. I remember just absolutely loving her writing, so when I saw that she had another series out, I thought, why not start a new one, right? Because I don't have enough that I need to finish. It's more of a fantasy that is set in our reality, and it is set in New York, I believe. The description in the back is a little bit weird and I don't know what to think of it, but again, I am happy jumping into books knowing as little as possible. It says, every great city has a soul. Some are ancient as myths, others are as new and destructive as children. New York, she's got 6, and all 6 will be called to the arms in the greatest battle the city has ever fought. I'm excited. I am intrigued. The next one is a fairly old book, but I am surprised that I've never picked it up since I love the writer so much. And that is Brandon Sanderson's The Arithmetist. How have I never picked this up? I don't know, because it is, like I said, this was published a very, very long time ago. And I saw it at the bookstore and I surprised myself the fact that I didn't have this and hadn't read it. So this is also, it's fairly small, which again, surprising for him. This book is another one that it is set in a school setting, a university setting, but the main character is non-magical or doesn't have powers or doesn't appear to have powers. It says here, in a school for the magically gifted, your talent could cost you your life. I don't know. I am intrigued. It's Brandon Sanderson. I know I'm gonna like it. Minimum, I'm gonna like it. I might love it, which is possible, very possible. School setting, magic, mystery, something's gonna cost you your life. I am into it. I'm definitely into it. This next one is the one that I might DNF. And I need you to tell me if you've read this to keep going or to just completely DNF it. And it is This Is How You Lose the Time War. I've heard people rave about it, which is why I picked it up. I think it's totally my fault. I was expecting more sci-fi, less romance. It is tiny, it is so small. However, it took me a while to read about 10 pages because I just couldn't, I don't know. I don't know why I just couldn't get past it. Most books that I read end up having some sort of romantic interest and there's a plot line of that, but I'm always more interested in the magic system, the political intrigue, the war, whatever. This, however, I fear it's going to steer more towards the romance than the sci-fi part and the war part. I don't know. If you've read this, let me know. I'm very close to DNF in it. I started it and then I put it down and I started Bunny just because I don't know. Let me know if I should give it another go or not. But I mean, it is fairly small, so I might just speed through it, get it over with, and then, I don't know. Let me know, please, because I'm conflicted. The next one is one that I am not conflicted about. I already know I'm gonna love it. I haven't read it. I will read it soon. Mark Lawrence, The Book That Wouldn't Burn. The cover is a library. It's about books, I'm assuming. I don't know. I saw this and the girl at the checkout at the bookstore said, that is a beautiful cover. And I thought, yes. Do you want to buy it too? I don't work here. I wish I would spend my whole paycheck on there. That wouldn't be responsible of me. The little that the back says is that there are two characters. One has always lived in the library, which apparently is vast and older than empires and larger than cities. That sounds like a dream, honestly. Can I go there? And then there's someone else, Livira, who has spent hers in a tiny settlement. The world has never noticed them, and that is about to change. How is that going to happen? I have no idea. But just the thought of a giant library, sign me up. I will go. It sounds great. I'm hoping magic, loads of magic, and some sort of learning of the magics through the books in the library. I have no idea, but I'm very excited. The next book that I got is not a fantasy, which surprised me when I picked it up, but it does make sense that I picked it up. It is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. This is literary fiction, which is something that I don't gravitate towards very often, clearly based on the books that I have bought this couple of months. So the reason that I picked up this, it says here that it is not a romance, but it is about love. That's not the reason I picked it up, clearly, by what I've said about the other book, but because I have read that this is about the love of video games, and video game design plays a big role in it, and design in general, which is something that I study design, I work in design, so, and illustration and all of those things. So it is something that if you tell me that there's a heavy amount of that in a book, I will pick it up, about two friends who spend their hours immersed in playing video games. I need to give it a try. The next one is massive and the font is tiny. Worries me, but at the same time I have insanely high hopes because people here have been raving about it. The Will of the Many. Font is so... Why do they do this? Just give me a giant book, but give me the larger font, please. My eyes are going to... It has maps in it at the beginning and at the end, so all is forgiven. You're good. Who wrote this? James Islington, sorry. James, you have maps in your book. All is forgiven. Although my eyes are gonna hurt. Hopefully, this will be good. I've heard really, really good things about it, and the cover called to me. Like I've mentioned before, I do like going into books knowing as little as possible. The one thing I know is that there is hierarchies in this society and that the magic system is linked to those hierarchies. It's like a class system of sorts, and the main character starts not at, I believe it's not fully at the bottom, but in a lower class. Very intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see how the magic is woven into those classes and how it affects the society and what happens with the main character. Yeah, very excited. Kind of scared because of the font and the size, but yeah, it is book one. It says here Hierarchy book one. That means it's a series. I have a problem. It's not a problem. It's more content for here. It's more books to read. When will I ever be bored? Never. If I keep starting series, never. The next one, again, is fiction, not something I gravitate towards, but this one caught my attention, and I saw someone on Book Talk actually raving about this book, and I thought, why not? Let me give it a go. They said what it was about, and it sounded interesting. I don't remember anymore, it's Metronome. What book is it? What am I talking about? It's Metronome by Tom Watson. The back says, not all that is hidden is lost. For 12 years, Ina and Whitney have been in exile on an island for a crime that they committed together. Tethered to a craft by pills that they need to take for their survival every 8 hours. They've kept busy, Ina with her garden, jigsaw and music, Whitney with sculptures and maps, but something is not right. One day, shipwrecks begin to wash up, supplies don't drop, and on the day that their punishment is meant to end, the warden does not come. Instead, a sheep appears, but sheep can swim. I don't know. I have no idea. This is one of those books that just sounds intriguing and I need to know what happens. So I'll let you know. I'll definitely let you know. The last two books. Before I finish, if you want to see a reading vlog or reviews for any of the books that I have mentioned, let me know and I will add them, I would put them higher on my TBR. Let me know which ones do you want to see for either reading vlog or just a review in general. Okay, the last two are actually the first and the second one in a series, in a fantasy series. You don't have to say it. I am fully aware. I am fully aware of what I've just said. And I saw them at a secondhand bookstore, the first and the second one. I think it's a quartet. I bought them both. I couldn't just buy the first one and then just leave the second one there. So I got them both. It is A Winter's Promise and The Mr. Claire de Lune. How do you say that word in English? I don't know. First off, the covers. Come on. How could you leave them anywhere? The drawings are fantastic. Again, this is something I picked up because I saw Reagan from Peruse Project talk about them. I don't remember what they're about, and I think I want to go into them without knowing what they're about. I'm very excited. The covers, again, it's just... They say don't judge a book by its cover, but if the cover wins you over, what are you gonna do? Ignore it? No, you're gonna buy them and read them and hopefully be very, very pleasantly surprised. Like I said, let me know if you want to see any reading vlogs or any reviews of the books that I have mentioned, and I will make them. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.